One more on Syria, or rather on Austin Tice. There have been reports, scattered reports, that he could be in Iran. Can you say anything to that?
I can't. As I said, and it's an honest answer, we just don't have enough context right now to make a judgment about his whereabouts or his condition, and that's why we're working so hard. And we are, as we speak, you and me today, we are asking those questions, and we hope that what happened in Syria over the weekend may give us an opportunity to learn more.
Are you directly in touch with the Iranians about this?
We have been in touch. I'll just say this. As you would expect, or at least I hope you would expect us to be, we have been in touch with interlocutors and groups and leaders all over the region. And we have various ways of being in touch. Some's indirect, some's indirect. But I think it's safe for you to assume that given the events over the weekend, it's a full court press to see what we can do to find out more about Austin Tice. And that includes having a whole heck of a lot of conversations with a lot of different folks.
Okay, and then just one more quickly on Gaza. So Jake said he thinks the ceasefire deal may be near. We've obviously heard that before.
And Jake said we've heard that before, and we haven't always been able to get it across the finish line. We're being pragmatic about this.
I know, but I mean, what, how are the circumstances different now? What dynamics could be different that would actually make a deal happen?
That's a great question. I think if you're Hamas right now, which is still fairly a rudderless organization, and you look at the world today, the options aren't good. Your military capabilities have been all but decimated. Your main leader is gone. The leader of your buddy Hezbollah, he's gone. Nasrallah is gone. Hezbollah is now in a ceasefire arrangement, which is still holding with Israel. And Iran is not coming to the rescue. There is no cavalry for Hamas right now. So this is the time, and I think that's what Jake was alluding to. There has been an awful lot of pressure put on anybody who is supporting Hamas. And now, given where they are and how weakened they are, this is the moment to make this deal. And that's why I think Jake believes that we're getting close. I mean, this is a great opportunity right now to do it.
Thank you, Kareem. Just to follow on Gaza, in those comments in Jerusalem earlier today, Jake Sullivan said that the posture of both Prime Minister Netanyahu to do a deal and the posture of Hamas at the negotiating table in the wake of the ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon had changed favorably toward a deal. I'm just wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on that dynamic and what he's referencing there.
Well, it's kind of my answer to Andrea. I mean, the situation for Hamas has radically changed, particularly because of what's happened. And I would add, one thing I didn't add was events in Syria, because now Assad's gone. And who was Assad's main backer? Iran. Iran was not only unwilling, but unable to come to Assad's rescue. It's just more proof, or should be more proof, to Hamas leaders that there is, as I said, no cavalry coming to the rescue. So they're at a moment of weakness and desperation. This is the time to make this deal and move forward on it. Now, whether they'll do it or not, as Jake said, we can't be certain. But we believe there's an opportunity here, a moment, and that's why Jake's in the region.
On Syria, the U.S. has stated that one of its primary goals is to make sure that ISIS does not reconstitute there. In the days since the Assad regime has fallen, have you seen any information or any intelligence about cells or larger groups that are trying to exploit this opening?
I'm not going to get into too much on the intel side. I'll just tell you that we're watching this real closely, and that is a risk, that is a worry, that ISIS, this is a group that loves ungoverned space, and you can expect, we have to expect, that they're going to look at what's happening here with the fall of Assad, and now Russia or Iran not coming to the rescue, Russia now also not coming to the rescue, and Russia's worried about their own presence in Syria and how that's going to look. You would expect that a group like ISIS would try to exploit that. So we're watching it closely. I don't have any, again, additional intelligence indicators to speak to today, but it is something we're laser focused on.
And then just broadly on foreign policy, there is only one president at a time, but we've seen the president-elect wade into his preference for what the U.S. does or doesn't do in Syria, the U.S. approach to Ukraine, to the Middle East, and now the transition is also, as you guys have said, working hand in glove as you push for a ceasefire in the region there. He's also inviting world leaders to inauguration. Is this having an impact on your foreign policy?
No. But I want to go back to your first question, though. The other thing I want to stress on this ISIS thing is that is why, and the president said this Sunday, the concerns about ISIS is exactly why that mission in Syria, the U.S. military mission, and the partnership with the SDF is so important, and why we want to see it continue.